As of today, the Mariners have a 72.8% chance at making the playoffs. The front office has indicated that they will be active at the trade deadline, with ownership being on board to add payroll where needed. Have no fear, the Seattle Mariners will be making trades to improve this team. The question becomes where and for who. Now, there will be a reliever or relievers because you can never have too much pitching. But let's focus on the offense because that is where my fascination lies with this team. Let's start with what they don't need, though. The Seattle Mariners don't need a catcher.
This is blasted way back. Cal Raleigh, how far? All the way up to the second deck.
Cal Raleigh could very well be the MVP of the American League. And Mitch Garver isn't an above-average backup. His 95 WRC plus is better than numerous starting catchers on other teams. And despite what some very stupid people online might tell you, the Seattle Mariners do not need a center fielder. The best is yet to come this season with Julio Rodriguez, and what we've seen thus far is a top 7 center fielder in baseball. They don't need a center fielder. The Seattle Mariners do not need a shortstop. J.P. Crawford is having one of the best ever seasons of his career, and there would be a full-blown mutiny in the locker room if he was moved or replaced. Randy Arozarena also having one of the best seasons of his career and has solidified left field. The Seattle Mariners do not need a left fielder. Right field is where things start to get interesting. It's a limited sample, but Dominic Canzone has been the Mariners' second best hitter this season with a .293 batting average, .321 on-base percentage, and a .573 slugging. He's earned his chance at more at-bats, and there are not many potential upgrades who have posted numbers quite like that. And then you got to think that Victor Robles will be back at some point this season, probably late September. Those two would make an incredible platoon, especially if Canzone continues to hit. The Seattle Mariners do not need another outfielder. That crowded outfield pushed Luke Raley to first base, which makes another position that seems like a possibility for upgrade that isn't. Luke Raley is better suited to the outfield, but he's been a lot better defender than Rowdy Tellez ever was. Last season, Raley was the Mariners' best hitter by WRC+, and he's been above average again this season with some power still to come. His platoon splits mean he shares time at first with Donovan Solano. A slow start had Solano looking like a bust, but since May 1st, Solano is hitting .303 with a .129 WRC+. From June 18th, that's the day after Rowdy Tellez said goodbye, to today, the Mariners are getting a combined .147 WRC+ out of first base. Is that really a place they need to upgrade? I don't think so. Designated hitter. It's another place where an upgrade feels unlikely. Jorge Polanco has had a weird season. He was a god in the first month, a disaster in May, just kind of regular bad in June, and now he appears to be good again in July. With him, it's always the health. When he's healthy, he's good. But being healthy for him probably means playing in the field as little as possible. The reason that DH isn't a slam dunk upgrade, besides it being the best spot for Polanco, is also the existence of that aforementioned MVP level catcher. Cal Raleigh's played 21 games at DH thus far, and they'll need to find him at bats there down the stretch to preserve his health. Not that there isn't an obvious upgrade out there for DH in Ryan O'Hearn. I just question the fit. Which brings us to the rookies. Second base and third base. Cole Young is a tough one. He's definitely the Mariners' second baseman of the future. So you have to wonder if his call-up is permanent. There have been growing pains. There's also been flashes as well. He's only 21 years old. After starting the season 1 for 19 with just one walk, Cole Young hit .319 over his next 20 games. It felt like he'd arrived, and then he faced some tough pitching, and he's 0 for 12 in his last 4 games. Ben Williamson is arguably a harder argument to replace. He is an elite defender, which helps the infield a ton when the shortstop is not at that level. He has no power whatsoever, but from June 6th to today, he has hit .280 with a .325 on base percentage and a .360 slugging percentage. It's not the most impressive numbers, but that's a league average hitter. And if he can be that with his defense, it's hard to see a demotion. Again, not that there isn't an obvious upgrade out there. Eugenio Suarez would be amazing if he rejoined the team, but I have my doubts he'll be moved. The Diamondbacks are 4.5 games back. They finished extremely strong last season. Why wouldn't they believe they could do it again? The Mariners should and will take this trade deadline down to the very end. They'll do it because the guys they want are being held by teams with aspirations. They'll do it so Cole Young and Ben Williamson get the chances to prove that they can stick. We're still a ways away from the deadline, but how the Mariners front office handles this deadline will be very interesting. Do they trade from the active roster? Rayleigh, Canzone? Will they rent the big names? Will they go out and do it? Will they send these hype prospects I'm talking about? Will they send them down? Every move has a domino effect. We don't yet know who exactly will or won't be available. But there's one name I'm monitoring. A player that will allow them to keep Cole Young and Ben Williamson around, while also upgrading the offense in a major way. Willie Castro of the Twins has played second base, third base, shortstop, and all three outfield positions this season, while hitting .270 with a .364 on base percentage and a .426 slugging percentage. That's a .125 WRC plus with a power and speed combo you rarely see.
Oye, Jerry.
He's talented enough to play every day without displacing anyone, while also being good enough to step into an everyday role if that's what's needed. The point of this trade deadline should be to make the team as strong as possible for a long playoff run. If they can get two of the 25 best hitters in the game in Suarez and O'Hearn, then they should do that. If they can't, Willie Castro is a tremendous fit, and I would call that deadline a success.